Hey Flosstube, good afternoon. This is Kimberly Ann and I'm back with video number 13. Hope everybody had a great week of stitching and some family fun. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you being here with me. This is my little happy hour each week that I get to spend with y'all. It's not quite an hour, usually about 20 minutes, but this is my little getaway time from everything else going on in life. So, hope everybody had a great stitching week. I know I got a good bit of progress on a lot of projects this week. The last couple of videos I didn't have much, but this time I have a good bit to show y'all. I also got some sewing done and a little bit of fabric dyeing. Yeah, I had a couple of new starts this week too. No haul, but what else? Friday I celebrated my 1 year anniversary of surgery for weight loss. I had the sleeve gastrectomy on May 19th, 2019, or May 15th, 2019. Sorry about that. And although I did not hit my weight goal yet, I'm pretty close, and I'm 100% happy to where I am now. I am so much happier and healthier. I feel so much better. Haven't taken a single prescription since May 13th of 2019. So I am absolutely amazed with that because I had been on blood pressure and cholesterol medicine since I was 17 years old. Cholesterol, not because I had high cholesterol, but because it's genetically run in my family, having high cholesterol. And with the high blood pressure, they put me on cholesterol medicine as a preventative thing, and it kills your liver and kidney, and I am so excited to be off of that. So that's like a huge milestone for me. So I know that's not what y'all are here for. I just wanted to share a little bit. So let me get into what I worked on this week. I have not taken anything out of the project bags because I have been zipping through them 3 or 4 a day. So I'm going to have to unzip each one as we go. But let me grab my tote here. So the first thing I worked on is Halloween Quaker. I've been trying to get a little bit of stitches in on my focus pieces. So even if it's not a lot, I've been working on it. So this is the pattern. It's by Lila Studios. This is one of many of her patterns that I have. I absolutely love her patterns. The paper is like really heavy duty, glossy, not quite cardstock, but paper. And they hold up really well. I actually don't even make a working copy on her patterns. They're so nice and they're so sturdy that I just use my friction pen on them and then take it off with the iron from the back side, not the ink side, from the plain back side, and it works perfectly. Of course, Halloween Quaker is still in the frame because it's like always in the frame. So I have to back up. But I think last time I showed you I had this done in the witch. So I've done this, and I think I didn't have this finished off. So I didn't get a lot of stitches. My goal is like 1 to 1.5 motifs a week is fine with me. And I think I got like 1.5 or 1 3/4. So that's perfectly fine with me. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm so sorry, I forgot to turn my phone ringer off. Let's see, next is, where did I start on one? Goodness gracious, y'all. Alright, so next, we're going to do the big ones first, because they're kind of in the way of everything else. The next one is Merry Merry Needleworker by Lindy Stitches. I know y'all have probably seen this all over Instagram and Facebook. Bree from Bree's Stitching Stuff, Becky from Becky's Getting Stitchy With It, and myself are doing a stitch along with Lindy Stitches for this pattern, and the hashtag is friendsofmarysal. So if you are stitching this and you have not joined us, just go ahead and post on Instagram or Facebook or in the Lindy Stitchers group and hashtag it And you can even tag Bree, myself, and Becky if you want to. We'd love to see what y'all are doing with it. There's been so many different variations. It is amazing. And this one kind of got put to the back burner for a while with Stitch Mania, but I finally got some more stuff put into it. So the last time, let me see if I can get myself situated. The last time you saw it, I just had the stems here, and this stem, and then the 3 little stems here. So I finished most of this flower, this flower, the 2 bees, and I added a little piece to the antennas, and I did a few more stitches on the skirt. I mean, a few more rows on the skirt. So that is coming along nicely. I am so happy with the floss change I made. It's still Weeks Dye Works, but instead of seafoam, it is Beachcomber, which has purple in it instead of just the bluish green. So I am super, super happy with the way that one's turning out. Sorry about that, y'all. I can't get situated in this chair today. It is not comfortable for some reason. Okay, the next one I worked on just a few minutes, but a couple of days. The smaller ones I've been trying to work on like three different ones a day, even if it's just for 20 minutes or 10 minutes a piece. So this one is Miss Mary Mack by La-Di-Da. When you saw it last, I just had my floss. I just had the same amount here, the heart, and then to the first button. So I've added the second and third word of button, and then all down her. So it's not a lot, but it's progress. And what Stitch Mania we're trying to do as much as we can on as many things as we can, I'm pretty sure is the way it works. And so that works for me. Oh, let's see. My bag. I'm using a cloth bag that I sewn and it's falling over. So it's giving me a little bit of a headache. Okay, so the next one that I worked on, I actually got a good bit put in, and I only worked on this one day this week. But this one is Home is Our Safe Haven. Let me get you a picture. I'm recording on my iPad, which is where all my patterns are, so I had to take pictures of the covers because I don't waste the ink to print the covers. So, can you see that? Let's see. It's Home is Our Safe Haven. And it's by a little Stitch Girl, Jordan. Last time you saw it, I just had the door, the windows, and the fence, and this part of blue from here down. So I've done all of this side, this, the roof, and the chimney, and then the stairs. And I started up here on the stairs, and on one side I was 1 over too far on the second row, but I didn't realize it till I got all the way to the the 4th row down. So I just went back and added 1 on each of these 2. So the steps are a little bit wider than they're supposed to be, but it won't mess up the chart. It just goes into where the grass is. It's fine. I love it. This is such a cute one, and it's on the fuchsia fabric by Fortnite Fabrics from Married with Stitches. I've done quite a few Be Well and Stitch projects on there, and this is one of the latest ones I'm doing on here, and I think I have room for like 3 more smalls or 2 smalls and a medium. I haven't decided what else I'm going to do on this fabric, so when I decide, then I'll know how many more I can do. I don't know why I didn't figure this out. I have cross-stitched since 1992, and I stopped until last May for many, many years. Out of all that time that I cross-stitched before I stopped, I don't know why it took me till 2 weeks ago to figure out, instead of cutting pieces out of a big piece of fabric that I'm going to do multiple pieces on, it's so much easier for putting it in the frame or the hoop to do them all on there and then cut them out. So I'm just measuring and marking like corners and center, and then I stitch in that area and then move to the next one. So actually two of the projects I have to show you is on one piece fabric. Let's see what else I did. Okay, this one. This is two of them. And I will show you the charts on the phone first. This was one of my new starts. It is Flosstube and Chill by Wild Violet Cross Stitch. It's available on her Gumroad on her website. When you saw it last, I had like this much done. So I've done all the way to there. So I'm legitimately halfway, because this is half the pattern. I just have to do the other half. And then the other one on this piece is So Tweet by Misty at Luminous Fiber Arts. And I started on the same fabric. And I got that far. It's not a lot, but it's some. I just started this Sunday, and that's how much I did on Sunday evening, because I actually worked on Flosstube and Chill that day too. And this fabric is gorgeous. It is Cianchetto by Fortnite Fabrics. It's from their Fabric of the Month Club. It was for April, I think. April. Yes, because I didn't get my May fabric yet, so it's April. And then I have one more new start. I've been wanting to start this one for a while, and I finally just gave in and started it, even though it's large, and I said I wasn't starting another large one until, you know how that goes. You say one thing and you do something else. Plans never go right. So this is, trying to keep the glare off. Have to have the light there to show you the fabric that I dyed. But okay, so this is Sirena by Lila's Studio. She's on Etsy, and she has a website. I am stitching this on 18 count Da Vinci by Picture This Plus. This is my first time using 18 count, and I love it. I tried 28, and I just can't get the hang of the over 2 thing. I'm working on night walks down on 28. I'm hoping I can get it figured out, because I have a lot of 32 count that I already kitted up for projects. It's just going to take me a while to get used to doing over 2. But this is how far I got. The pattern in the fabric in the pattern is blue-gray. That's what the description for Da Vinci is, and it is definitely lavender. So I think it looks okay. I'm not using the called for colors. Actually, she goes like this. I'm not using the called for colors. I'm just pulling from stash whatever I have. I have some of the same. Some of them are close. Some of them are not even close. In here, it's supposed to be like a seafoamy green color. I don't have anything even close to that. So I'm using a really pale silver to fill her tail in. I think it'll look nice. I tested it in the corner. I pulled it out, of course, but I tested it in the corner. I made a little square of the blue with a line through it, and then did the silver, and I like it. I mean, it's high contrast, but I like bright things, and I like high contrast, so I think it'll look okay. I will probably start like in the tip of the tail where there's not a lot and see how it goes. If I don't like it, I'll pull it out. But I think it'll look okay. I plan on working on Sirena later today. I was going to do it yesterday. Yesterday I took the day off. I worked on Flosstube and Chill for like maybe 30 minutes, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch TV. And I watched a whole bunch of Flosstube. Like hours and hours of Flosstube, and just kind of chilled on a chair and in the bed. It was nice. It was really nice. Wasn't worrying about, I just was burnt out. I said I'm not going to stress over what I got to stitch today. If I feel like stitching, I'll stitch later. And then later came, and I was just like, I'm going to bed early. Then I decided to play Animal Crossing, and at 2:30 this morning, my battery died, and I had to go to bed. So, yeah, Animal Crossing is like so addictive. It's crazy. I'm too old to be playing Animal Crossing, but whatever. Okay, so that is everything I stitched this week. It's actually a lot considering how much I have not been getting done in the weeks before. And like I said, I got this wild piece of hair like right in my eye. I'm sorry. It's driving me nuts. I have been trying to stitch on multiple projects each day that I stitch. That way I don't feel like I'm getting behind on anything. Because like Halloween Quaker sucks me in. If I start on it, I'm like, okay, I'm only going to do to this part. And then I get that done and I'm like, oh, well, you know what? Let me just do this one. I'll do part of this. And then I'll start that one. I'm like, oh, I got it outlined. Now I can't just leave it. So then I'll start a nut. So when I get started on that, it takes me a while to say, okay, it's been a week and I need to work on something else. So what I've been doing is a couple days a week, I'll work on 3 small projects, even if I only get a couple stitches. And then I'll pick up one of the big ones if I still feel like stitching at the end of the day. And then since I haven't worked on Halloween Quaker since last Monday, I worked on it a little bit after I videoed. So I haven't worked on that since last Monday. I'll work on it again today. So that's probably going to be like my Monday stitch. That way I can keep on schedule because I really do want to have that one done before Halloween. And then Mary Mary. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Mary Mary, I just pick her up whenever I need to stitch on something. Well, I feel like I need to stitch on something. I pick her up. The skirt is getting kind of monotonous because it's so big of just going back and forth, back and forth. So I'll probably start doing the other border around the side with the things hanging down, and then get that done before I move the skirt up in the hoop so I can continue on with the skirt. What I try to do, because it is getting monotonous going back and forth with the skirt, I'll stitch a couple of rows of the skirt, I'll work on another little section of something else on there, and then go back and do a couple more rows of the skirt and then stop for the day so I don't get burnt out. I do want to try to get one of the small projects done this week, possibly 2, but definitely 1. I want to try to finish up everything except for the border of Miss Mary Mack, because that border is going to take a little bit. I'll do that last. And then I can probably knock out either Sew Tweet or Flosstube and Chill sometime this week. So I want to have at least one of them done because I have a couple of new things I want to start. Let me grab those. I'm sitting in a little corner in my room, so stuff is like across the bed, on the dresser, on the floor, so I have to move to get things. So I know I told y'all way back before Christmas, I think it might have been right after Christmas. Anyway, I told you I wanted to do a pattern for my grandson for his birthday. His birthday is like flying up. I don't know, I guess with the quarantine this year is just flying by, but his birthday is in August, and this is a big pattern. So I'm going to use Galaxy Fabric by Misty Johnson at Mystic Fabrics. Let me get the chart pulled up. I am doing space. Oops. Let's see if I can get it where you can see the colors. Well, heck. I'm trying to figure out how to get it where it's not washed out like that. Good grief. There we go. Well, when the screen lights up, you can't see it. Anyway, this is horrible, y'all. I'm so bad at this. Come on, screen, go dark. Okay, so there, you can see it a little bit that way. So this is space. And when I let him pick out his chart, he said that looked like his daddy and him. So I'm going to do that for him. So I want to start that this week. I think that'll look great on this galaxy fabric. I know it's in the chart. It's navy blue, but I think what I think I'm going to do is leave the individual stars that are on the background off, because they're just little tiny crosses, one here and there. Leave them off because of the sparkle to this fabric. And I'm going to try to do one planet each week. So if I do one planet each week, that gives me a couple of weeks to get the rest of it done. I think I could probably do 2 planets a week, because some of them are pretty small. And then the next 2 I have that I want to start, I don't know if I'll start them this week. Maybe one of them are free charts, so I can show you those. This one is, I only stitch on days that end with Y. Has a lot of specialty stitches in it. And it is a freebie by Glory Bee on her website. And it is from, let's see, 2006. So I'm going to stitch that one. I think that one's cute. I'm going to put it on my shelf. And then this one is from, the next one is from Cunning Cross Stitch, which is Stuart Cunning, I think his name is. And it is Oh for Fox's Sake. This one is absolutely hilarious. I'm starting to make stuff for Christmas gifts, and it will either go to my sister or my daughter. I haven't decided yet. I may have to make 2 because I think they'll both get a kick out of it. Excuse me. Got to get my water in, or I'll feel terrible. Okay, so that is all my plans for this week, besides keep going, working on what I'm working on already. That's what I want to start. So now I'm going to show you the sewing project bags that I sewed up. I did 3. I have 3 more identical. Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious. That's the only thing about weight loss surgery, is you get air bubbles every time you drink or eat. It's horrible. Other than that, I have no complaints. I have 3 identical bags that I'm cut out and ready to go. I just have to stitch them up. I'll do that probably sometime this week too. So I'll end up with 6. I have one of each right now to show you. And these are not fancy. I mean, I can make the bags the correct way, but these are just quick, because they're just for me. They're not going anywhere. So they're not lined. It's got this cute little farmhouse that says farm to table and eat locally. And then this is, I guess, supposed to look like newsprint that's kind of faded out, like old newsprint. I didn't hide the seams, and I didn't line it. It's just fusible fleece that you can iron on. If I was making this for somebody else, they would not be this cheesy looking. These are just for me. They're just whole projects. It's fine. I actually like the fusible fleece on the inside, because if I have a loose piece of floss that I'm going to need in a minute, I can stick it to the inside of the bag. I do that often. So this one is hot air balloons. And I don't know if you can see it, but that gold on there is like, it looks like it's hand painted over the fabric. It is gorgeous. And it's really, really glittery. It's hard to see on here, but it is. And then this is like slat board fabric with, I guess you call it shiplap, with little vines. They're from the same line. I think they look cute together. Some people say they don't. It doesn't matter to me. I like it. But these hot air balloons are gorgeous. And then this one is the same way. I did not cover up the seams. It's lined with fusible fleece. These are just super quick little bags. And then I have one more. This one has the my Flosstube and Chill and my Sew Tweed in it right now. It's peacocks. And this is all, oh, what is the brand that Walmart has? It's not Calico. I can't think of it. It's with a W. It's the brand of fabric that their quilting cotton that Walmart carries. It starts with a W, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember the name of it, but it's really, it's good quality. It's not their cheap stuff. It's like $6 and up a yard. It's really pretty. And it's heavy duty. But I love it. I love this one. I think this one and the chicken one is probably my favorites. Okay, so that's that. And then I dyed myself some fabric. It was supposed to be to go in my Etsy shop. So I'm going to have to buy some more fabric to go in my Etsy shop because I'm keeping every one of these. I am low on fabric. So I have all of these. They're not necessarily for anything. This is 18 count, and this is really true to color. That's why I have the lamp here. I adjusted it to where it looked true to color. This one just has that one little spot of yellow in the center. Then I have my bluish one. I am having the worst time with turquoise. Aquamarine. I just can't get it to come out a true aqua color. It's either pale blue or bright blue. But I did it aqua and then dingied it up with a little like splash of gray. Just kind of rinsed it through the gray and then washed it out real quick. It's pearl gray. It is not showing up true to color on this one. Okay, over here it's more true to color. It's not really bright. Let's see. What about back there? No, that washes it out. Okay, so, whoops. That thread on there. But, I like this one. It's not my favorite. These are both 18 counts. I thought this one was going to be absolutely ugly, and this is my second favorite out of all of them. So this one I dyed a specific pattern, well, specific way for my Lindy Stitches pattern. And this is very true to color. This is what I'm going to put on it. Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. And I bought her floss pack. I think that is going to look great on there. This one is my absolute favorite. It's exactly how I wanted it to come out. I don't know how I did that, but it's exactly how I wanted it to come out. Those three were 18 count Aida. Then these three are 14 count Aida. So this is very true to color. This is a very bright, vibrant purple with gray and white. You can see the gray up in the center. And then a little bit here, and a lot of white showing. I'm not sure what I'll use that for, but I'll figure it out. And again, this one is 14 count Aida. This one is gray with a little hint of green and white. Very little white. It's all pearl gray. Most of it is light pearl gray. Like this is white, that's white. This spot is white, this one, and this one. There's not much. This is a little bit of green. This is a little bit of green. And that's a little bit of green. But it's very true to color. The green and the white are very in the background on that one. And then this one, I thought was going to be absolutely ugly. I have no rhyme or reason when I dye fabric. I mix up a bunch of dye in different colors. I have like 6 colors, maybe 7. I mix the colors however deep I want them. I get a piece of fabric. They're already wet, they're washed, they're wrung out. I scrunch it up real tight in a bowl, And then I just start, well, let me put on orange on this one. So I'll throw some tangerine in there. And then a few minutes later, I'm like, let me add some red. So I'll add a little dot of red. A few minutes later, I'm like, you know what? It might need some purple. Throw some purple on there. Well, I don't like it. I think I need to wash it out with yellow. So then I dip it in the yellow real quick. And I rinse it out after it sits for 30 minutes. I thought this one was going to be absolutely ugly by looking at it in the bowl. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is orange. You can't tell it, but there is red in here. But yeah, that's more true to color like that. There is red. There's purple. There's yellow. And there's tangerine. The red I did really, really thin. Like, I say thin. Like a very shallow red color where it was just barely red. And just kind of drizzled it on there. And it just enhanced the orange. Didn't make it deeper. It enhanced it, like the spots where the red is a little brighter. I thought it was going to be horrible. When I when I had it in the bowl, I was looking at it and I told my daughter-in-law, I said, oh my God, this is going to be so ugly. She's like, yeah, the last time you said that, you liked every one of them. Sure enough, I started rinsing it out, and I'm like, I come in the living room, I'm like, okay, so you know the one I thought was going to be horrible? She's like, yes, I absolutely love it. And I opened it up, and she's like, oh, that's pretty. So I have a plan to go buy the rest of the RIP colors that I'm missing. And then, because I have like one green, one purple, one gray, one orange, one red, one yellow, and one blue. So I don't have a wide range of shades. I don't have anything to do darker fabrics except for black and red. And I don't really have anything to do lighter fabrics except for the yellow and the pale gray. So I have a plan to go get all the other colors that I'm missing. I'm not going to do that until the store's open. Because I don't want to order it off the internet. I like to look at the bottles, make sure they're not expired. Because if you get old dye, it doesn't work well. It's all clumpy and it ruins the, it makes specks. So I want to get all the rest of the colors, and in that way I can dye a bigger variety of colors. But for now, these are perfect. That'll give me a good little bit of fabric to work with. I have a lot of neutrals that I ordered from 123 Stitch, so in case y'all haven't noticed, I like bright color fabrics, and I do things that probably shouldn't be on highly colored modeled fabric. I do them on there anyway, because that's just me. I like bright colors, and I like dingy looking things. I don't know why. Like my Halloween Quaker, I forgot the fabric in the oven, and everybody else probably would have thought it was ruined, but to me it is perfectly Halloween. It looks like somebody threw it in a mud puddle and stepped on it, and it got lines from the mud on top of the dye where it kind of tints, like scorched a little bit. It's not burnt because it's not crispy. It's just extra dark. And I love it. I think it adds to the character of the piece. With all the bright colors on there, that kind of tones it down a little bit and makes it look more spooky Halloween and not cute Halloween. Because I'm not a cute Halloween person. I'm more of a spooky Halloween. Our kids are grown up, so, and our grandkids like scary stuff, so we're horror movie junkies. So the grandkids, you know, like Millie wanted to be Annabelle when she was like 4 for Halloween. She watched Annabelle almost every day. So that is that. I have a no haul this week. I know, right? I told you I was going to stop for a while. I have a bunch of Flosstubers I watched this week. A bunch of them. Probably regulars to all y'all. There's 1, 2, 3 new ones, new to me, not new to Flosstube, new to me, that I really enjoyed. So the Flosstubes I watched this week are Farm Girl. I've been watching her for a while. I really like her videos. I watched her tea dyeing video like way back months and months ago. Of course, Married with Stitches, Rolodex Stitches. I'm looking at my notebook. Park Hopper Bart. I watched his 2-part little questionnaire thing he did with his wife. The Blessed Stitcher, which is Heather Moore, I think it is. She's new to me, and I really liked her videos. She has some really cute finishes. Patchy Pony Stitcher. She actually subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. A couple of, probably maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And because I had never seen her pop up as a recommended, because I usually, when they recommend a Flosstuber, that's how I find Flosstubers to watch. So she subscribed, so I immediately went and looked to see if she had a Flosstube channel, and she did, so I subscribed, and I actually love her videos. Let's see. Stitching by the Lake. She is the sweetest lady. She reminds me so much of my grandma on my mom's side. I watched a couple of the last 2 videos that she put out, and then I started going back and watching some of her older ones. I love the projects she works on. She has the cutest projects, and she's really particular about colors and stuff, and I guess that's why I enjoy it, because it's total opposite of me. Like, I'm like, oh, you know, that calls for blue, I'm going to use yellow. And she's very particular about things looking a certain way and like the pattern, or if it's too bright on the pattern, she likes not bright colors, so she dims it down some. So I guess that's why I enjoy her so much, besides that she reminds me a lot of my grandma. But I really enjoyed her videos, so I will definitely keep watching her. And everybody that I'm listing, I have subscribed to. Crafty Peacock Stitchery. I actually found her the same way. Patchy Pony, Stitching by the Lake, and Crafty Peacock Stitchery. They all found my Flosstube first, subscribed. I went and checked. They have a Flosstube, so I subscribed to them. She is the cutest thing. Like, she is so cute. And she has some really neat projects going on. Some cute finishing ideas. And I love the sewing room she has set up. The room she filmed in on the video that I watched. I'm going to go back and watch some more of hers. And then, of course, I watched Darvana Lee Studios. That's Nicole. She's one of my longtime friends. Calm Creations, Tia. She's in Dee Dee's group with us. Love her videos, too. And then DNA Geek Crafts. I follow her on Instagram. And then a couple of weeks ago, I saw she posted that she had a Flosstube that just went up, so I started following her. She has the cutest charts that she finds. Like, I think she said she's a biologist by trade. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. She's a biologist by trade. But she always has like the cutest, nerdiest, geekiest stuff. And I just love, like, I've been following her through Mania, and every day she's had a new start, and she has had some of the cutest charts that I have never seen before. So I'm like, every day I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. You have the cutest charts. Like, where did you find this? Where did you find that? And I just love it. And I like following her on YouTube, because on Flosstube videos, because I can see the progress that she's making, and I don't know. I'm so weird. I'm such a nerd. So yeah, so she's a perfect fit. And then one more new one that Becky Getting Stitchy With It suggested a couple of videos ago. I finally remembered to go check her out, is the 911 Stitcher. I watched quite a few of her videos yesterday, and I absolutely love it. She has some of the biggest projects going on at the same time. Like, I don't know how she doesn't go stir crazy knowing that she has so many big projects that are WIPs. But I envy her, because there are so many large projects that I want to do, and I just can't bring myself to starting all of them at one time. So those are the Flosstubers I watched this week. If you don't follow them already, go check them out and subscribe to their channel. I definitely missed some of my regulars that didn't post videos this week. Yeah, I do watch to see when y'all post. I subscribe and hit the bell on everybody so that way I get notifications. That way I don't miss anything. And if I do happen to miss it, like sometimes it'll ding when I'm at the grocery store or something. If I do happen to miss it, it may be a day or two later, but I will get back to it because I go check my inbox like once every other day to see exactly who's posted new videos. So yeah, that about finishes it up. I don't have anything else for y'all. Stay happy, be healthy, enjoy your family time, have a great stitching week, enjoy Mania, and don't forget to join us on the Friends of Marysal from Mary Needleworker, hashtag Friends of Marysal. I am KimberlyAnneDesigns on Instagram. Bree is Bree's Stitching Stuff on Instagram, and Becky is Becky Crafty Mama on Instagram. You could tag the three of us and tag Lindy Stitches or Stephanie Webb, and we would appreciate it so we can see all the greatness that you're doing with Mary Needleworker. Y'all have a great day. Bye.